part in the game, or even the courage we live in the Wizard of Oz. Get the money and change, you ruin the vibes and chucking and jiving.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC. Between the Indianapolis Colts and these guys defending their home turf. Time to determine who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The conference championship is underway. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
19 target.
They run. It's the rookie from SMU. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, you already got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometimes as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Back to the well again. We won't be able to get past the line very quickly, Brock. We're facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. They'll throw, 3rd and long. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at 4th and long. And flipping through, Brock, that certainly wasn't in the offense's opening script, but if you're a defender, just how you wrote it up.
Yeah, defensively, that was a week of practice and planning visualized and executed in real time.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Ready?
Give now to the running back. This is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Going to the ground again on 1st. There's the intensity we expected to play on. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
As a quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Defender arrives wide as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
Here we go, here we go. My man, Bronco 80.
Here's the snap on 4th. Shoves him off. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's a gain of 10, and staring at that turnover on downs. Instead, they pick up the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
On first down, they'll run. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back-to-back carries here. Now he's past the 25. And he can't finish it off in the end zone, but a great effort. Out of bounds all the way down at the 5. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
5-yard line.
72. Cowboy 80.
They give it to him again. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Another carry for him. And he runs it across. Touchdown. These guys have a great first drive and get the game's first points. No doubt about it, Brock. They are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. This effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
Blown back into the handoff. That run good for a handful as it brings up second down.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Down run, nabs him 5, now second and 5.
Come on. Hot 70.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. He's got it inside the 10. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. We know all these players are aware of what's at stake here, Brock, and that is the score they needed to get them moving in this conference final.
We know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, especially with stakes this high. Jeez, you couldn't start any better.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts tie this game 7-7.
Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Okay, well that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. All set to go now from the 35. Rolling from the gun here. For big yards on the right side. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Stephanie! 60 Eagles! 60!
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
So we're through one here in the AFC title game. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to the Windy City in just a moment. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Setting up to throw. Has a big strike to Addison. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
To Jordan Addison. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, set!
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And they corral him after a middle game to the 21. Offense up to the line fast.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Short pass brought in. Has room into the secondary. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. Processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
But you're on now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go! 19 target!
Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Kevin Powers!
He's going to throw this one. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass lines up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Let's go now. 19, Mustang 19, Panther 11, Panther 11, trap 60, trap 60.
Throw here, 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Tight, 19 tight.
First down, play action. Flushed out of the pocket. On him quick, and they bring it down. first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on second.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Absolutely fires this one right side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return.
The second down pass. Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 43. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He takes it down to the 33. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
First down now, ball at the 33. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Colts' 34-yard line.
Here's a throw. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And that will not be enough for a first down. So the hurry up here.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first. They're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's stuck with him, but this one heads the wrong way. He winds up losing yards.
Goes back at the 26-yard line.
Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12.
Offense going with a 4-receiver set, 3rd and long.
19 Lions.
3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. So that's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this first half. More from Chicago right after this.
Field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Hits his running back. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking in the air here. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Shotgun snap, they'll throw. Throwing the out route complete. Then he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
They'll go play action. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set to go now from the 35.
70 Timberwolves. Dragon 60. Cup 19. Cup 19. Warriors 70.
They are throwing it again. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Go! With Panther 60. Panther 60. Mustang 19. 79 Broncos. 18 Rattlers. 18 Rattlers.
They'll work against the blitz. Buys time, rolling right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
Cougar 19, shot 50, shot 50. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 19 left, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 18 Pioneer. Ready.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Down the field, he's got Pierce. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts make it a 1-score game before halftime. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in. Right, higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there. Boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
Always set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
Cowboy 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Trying to throw this from the gun. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be driven out by the defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's That's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Buffalo 18. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
He's going to throw it. Caught by his back. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gain about 8, 2nd down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Set up the screen. It's Addison. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down from the 42.
Cup 19, Cup 19, Viking 18, Dragon 60.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. He'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Well, QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Mustang 19. Stephanie.
Back to throw now. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
Butker knocks it through. And they'll double their lead to 6. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. All set to go now from the 35.
Check, 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 check. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll run here on 1st down. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw here. Finds him over the middle. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Ready.
He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Giving 5 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
Here we go. Viking, 18, Super 19.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Off by the 1st guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
18, Pioneer.
2nd and 10. Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And they nearly picked up the 1st down with that effort. Ball advances to the 45-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 4 there. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Back to the well again. And he'll make his way through for a pick of a 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Pop behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
To the air on 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop he's made in time. That brings up 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Would have been about a 50-yard attempt on the field goal. The offense staying out there to go for this. They throw it out quick to the left. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
There's a dive up the middle. And this is going to get them all the way to the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
Setting him on the dive. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Catch made underneath by the back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. They have it with the lead. Just need to close this quarter out for a playoff win.
Got it. Ready?
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Ready. 60 by.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
A 23-yard attempt.
Butker knocks it through. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
He fields it from the 8. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run. Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Back to throw. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter.
The second down pass. Intercepted. They'll take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready?
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Hawk, set, go.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Pass to 60, pass to 60.
Now looking to throw. Right back to Worthy. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 6 yards from there. It's going to be second and goal.
6-yard pickup.
Okay,
Brings up
great.
second and goal.
60 Eagles. Ready?
Off the RPO, they get it to Worthy. Touchdown, Chicago. These guys could walk away the win as they make it a 15-point game. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one. More than likely for more games to come.
Man, Brock saw his versatility in back-to-back plays. Switching things up. This time he runs it in himself to add 2 to that touchdown strike.
It is so deflating to a defense. So tough to defend a quarterback that first beats you with his arms, and then he puts those 2, as he said, on with his legs. This dude is a true dual threat difference maker.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Go now. 60 bucks. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Dragon 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Buffalo 18.
Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Oh, brother. It's another interception. Leo Chanel makes the play. Will bring it into the red zone after a great turnover and return.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11.
Quick throw to the left is complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Looking quickly here.
Number 1, Xavier Worthy. A gain of 5. Brings up.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is cut. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal. Offense to the line fast.
12 yards. That's good for a first down.
Complete on the option. And he's tackled for no gain. Those are the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And in for the Chicago touchdown. These guys keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And his guys make it a 24-point ball game.
Visitors 14. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Okay, ready?
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Red. Count. 7 Pirates. 7. 60 back. 18. 5 in. Ready?
Back to work after throwing the pick. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for a second down. Offense in the hurry up here.
19 right. Dragon 60. 19 tight. 19 tight. Buffalo 18.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Fails to find his running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
79 Broncos.
Third and long for him here. Fourth and forever coming up.
70. 70 Lions. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Desperation time here. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. These guys about set to celebrate this win. So with this one seemingly in their pocket, a chance to pad the lead here, 1st and goal.
Go.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. These guys continue piling it on here in the 4th. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys grow their lead yet again.
Team 45. Visitors 14. Harrison Butker set to kick
Butker
off.
on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10
Comeback team.
at the 32-yard line.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Oh no, they get him yet again! And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown! Colts getting in on the farm Brock with that fourth quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick six.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense, and when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
Returning it from the 4. They get to him before it can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to the air following that pick six. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock. And physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Three. Ready. Hut. Let go.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. And they pick him off again. Picked off by Deontay Bates. And he had some yards to the pick before they bring him down.
The 3rd down pass. Intercepted. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Going to set this up quick.
Xavier Worthy.
19 tight.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Buys time, rolling right. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. These guys are running him out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
All right, I think I already know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Game well decided. How does a former player like yourself feel about that decision?
Yeah, whatever you think your answer is, Kate, you're right. I don't think there's anybody that likes this, and I don't think it really is a case when you're up this big. You're just trying to embarrass your opponent, and you better be careful.
Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Another throw here on second down. He's not going to be able to escape, and down he goes. Sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it third down. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on third down.
19, Charger, 19.
Back now, pressure coming. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
You never ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 79 Broncos.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Okay, ready?
All right, one more snap to play here.
Go!
Throwing out to the left. Touchdown, Chicago. These guys continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 4th total score in the game. But Kerr to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys continue piling on to this lead.
Team 67, visitors 14.
Butker on now to kick this one away. This one winds up as a touchback, so they're going to have one final snap to work with. All right, one more snap to play here.
Let's go now.
They put downs in motion right. Here he goes, one final shot. Down the field, he's got Pierce. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. They are Super Bowl bound, Brock. We now know who's going to be representing the AFC in the battle for the Lombardi.
Yeah, you never set out with the goal to be good. You set out to be great. You don't set out to just be a playoff team. You set out to be one of the 2 teams playing on that special stage of the Super Bowl. And with this win, now they will be.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. This celebration begins for our winners as we say so long from Chicago.
Everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, talking all they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama getting all these new tattoos.